Hi, I'm Paul Vunak. Welcome to the continuing JKD Street Fighting series. This particular tape is on pananjakman. Hi, I'm Paul Vunak. Welcome to pananjakman. Pananjakman is the Filipino art of low-line kicking. What differentiates pananjakman from other kicking arts are that the kicks are done in conjunction with the hands. While you're destroying the nerves and arm wrenching on the upper body, the lower body is taking out the nerves in the legs, getting the tendons, going for the kneecaps, going for the groin. It's usually done in combination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each kick and break it down for you one at a time. Then we're going to show you some drills that we do to develop a particular rhythm, and then we're going to put it together in combination with the hands. So stay with us. Our first kick is called an oblique kick. They predominantly go for the kneecap on this kick. Dave, let me borrow you. Again, the hands are up. What we do, we're in kicking range. We're just flicking it out for training. Just putting it on the knee or just below the knee. For reality, they're going to give a little push and just kind of walk through the knee. This kick is sometimes done in combination. Or sometimes you'll see the same foot go twice. But predominantly we're aiming for the knee, and it's called an oblique kick. Thanks, Dave. Let me try it looking straight into the camera. Sometimes it's a little snap. You're aiming directly on the knee for reality. And for training, you're just going right below the knee. Let's try it. Our next kick is called a scoop kick, and we're going to the groin with that kick. Trev? What we're doing, again, we're in close. Again, I'm not going to show you what's going to happen on the upper line. That'll be later on. I just want to take one kick at a time. So watch my footwork. This foot's just kind of shuffling up to that one. But as it shuffles, you just, boom, come from the bottom and scoop the groin up this way. Boom. So again, we're going to be doing this in conjunction with the hands later. So in the camera, we're just right here, coming in, scooping up, and coming back. It's just staying loose, trying to keep the lower half independent of the upper half. Our next kick is called an inverted heel hook. Okay, Bob? They're predominantly aiming for the tendon right behind the knee. So again, we're in boxing range, but it comes from this angle. All I'm doing is, boom, just hacking down below the knee. Just right on that shot. For training, sometimes they'll point the toes down and just slap the thigh. So you watch what I'm doing for training, but for reality, it's boom, on the knee. This is one of those kicks you have to feel to appreciate. Pananjakman is not what I would call an aesthetic art, but again, it's functional. This is called an inverted heel hook. Okay, let's play with it. Okay, moving along, our next kick is going to be similar to that scoop kick, except the trajectory of the kick is coming in like a roundhouse. So it's really a low roundhouse kick. The way the Filipinos do it, they emphasize a flicking motion, and again, it's done in conjunction with the hands. But when we just look at the kick by itself, it just looks like a low shuffle round kick to the groin. Ron, let me borrow you. So we're in this range right here. Again, all I'm doing is just boom, shuffling in. So from this position, boom, that's all I'm doing. Watch my feet. I'm replacing that same replacement we used for the scoop kick, except the trajectory of the kick is coming this direction now. So if he jabs, it would be boom, 1, 2. But again, we're going to show that a little bit later. Thanks, Ron. So the trajectory of the kick is just a low roundhouse, just coming up, boom, it's just flicking, using your toe to flick with. All right, let's play with it. Our next kick is a rear leg hook kick. We're attacking the thigh. We're attacking that nerve going down the body. And this kick is going to look a little bit like a Thai boxer's kick. The trajectory is a little bit different. The Thais have a propensity to circle it a little bit more and aim with their shin. We will go with the shin, but the trajectory of the kick, again, is straighter. So we're just coming straight to this angle. It's a very direct kick, thinking of your shin just as a baseball bat, and that's the angle you want. So if he jabs, boom, right from here, I'm just attacking that leg. Retract that for me, Eddie. Okay, boom, that's my shot. So you're just following that jab back with the leg and attacking the thigh. Let's play with it. The next series of moves we have are foot stomps. You have to know from the beginning what a foot stomp's purpose is. You're not going to run in, stomp somebody in the toe and back off and hope you beat them. Okay? It is an entry. It's a move just to get their attention. You do a nice destruction on the high line, boom, snap a good shot on the toe. Just get that flinch and then go right back up to the high line again. So all it really does is it's sort of like a fake, just like giving a little indication to get the guy to drop his hands low. The only difference is we're just stomping on the foot just to get that feel. Okay, Ron, come on in. Give me a left lead. First foot stomp we have is going to be from the rear leg. Boom. That's all it is. If he jabs, it's just boom, 1, 2. As soon as he jabs, that's the timing. The second foot stomp comes from the front leg, and it just comes straight down here. It's an ugly kick. Okay? Again, it just comes straight down, and the knee comes right back up again. The third foot stomp we have comes from the front leg, and it tips this direction. So you're looking at the one, boom. The other comes this way, and the first one, boom, comes this way. Now, the last kick we have, which I don't care for as much, but it has been done, I would like to show it. From the rear leg, boom, just coming all the way down. I'd rather take the thigh if I'm going to make that commitment. But regardless, thanks, Ron, it's important to get all foot stomps in, at least for the body mechanics. All right, let's play with it. Our next group of moves will be the knees. The way the Thais attack with their knees tend to go up on the upper body. The Filipinos like to go down on the legs. Brad, let me borrow you. Again, you got to remember that everything would be done in conjunction with the hands. If the hands go boom, then the knees go in. You have the rear knee that comes straight, or you have the rear knee that hooks slightly. Then you got the front knee that just shuffles in, or the front knee that comes into the thigh. A lot of times they'll go one knee here, boom, and then drop on the foot. Sometimes come back out with a sweep at that. Thanks, Brad. So what they like to do is, again, they use their knees in combination, drop to the foot, go back out into the sweep. Again, done with the hands. Everything's done in conjunction with each other. That's the key. That's pananjakman. Those are the basic kicks of pananjakman. Now I'd like you to see how we train it. Again, I want to point out a few different things. Pananjakman emphasizes rhythm. So as soon as you receive a kick, you want to give it right back. So it teaches you to fire things in rhythms of 3. And you'll find that we do this. The other thing we do is we always make contact on the legs. We never fake it. We never come close. We get used to taking punishment on the legs. When you can desensitize your legs and attack your opponent's legs, you're demoralizing him here. You're beating the man emotionally. And that's what you want to do. This is what's great about pananjakman. You take out the opponent's low line, you have messed up his brain. That's what you want to do. All right, guys, come on out. Watch what we're doing. Everything's in rhythms of 3. Okay, left to left lead, oblique kick, hands up, move around, and go. And change your lead, and go. Left lead. Okay, we're going to go rear leg hook kick. Let's use your instep. Go straight to the thigh. Give me rhythms of 3. Remember to turn a little bit on that. Take away some of the pain. Okay, ready? And go. Left leg kicking, same thing. Up on your toes, and go. And break. Good. Let's back up a little bit. Stay in a right lead. Hands are up. Let's have a shuffle, scoop kick to the groin. Okay, let's go in rhythms of 3. Shuffle, scoop kick. Okay, ready? And begin. Now make it a regular hook kick and go. Take that same hook kick, go way down low on the shin, just a couple inches above the ankle. Rhythms of 3. Go. Good. Left lead. Shuffle hook kick to the groin. Go. one. Scoop kick this time. Here you go. From right there, let me have some inverted hook kicks on the tendon on the back of the knee. Okay, the inverted hook kick on the tendon. Give me rhythms of 3. Get in closer. Okay, ready? And go. Accuracy now. Change weight. Same thing on the left. Ready? And go. And break. Good, fella. That's good. Now, if you notice our training, the main points I want you to see are, number 1, we are making contact all the time. Number 2, in between making contact, we're moving around. There's nobody planted in a solid stance. It's perpetual footwork. There's always movement. Number 3, you're hitting the tendons. You're hitting the nerves in the legs. You're aiming for the groin. You're going for specific targets. This is pananjakman. Okay, let's play with it. Now we're getting into the meat of the tape, which is combinations. Pananjakman is known again for their combinations. Okay, Joey? Joey's going to enter with a jab. I'll pat the jab. Most of the time, if I get that oblique kick, I get that in on the first shot. But if Joey tends to back up a little bit when that comes, boom, I have to come in again with the oblique. So this is what we call a double oblique kick. So let's work it real slow. So it's 1, 2. Okay? Sometimes they'll change lead on the oblique, so it'll be 1 and then boom, coming with the other side. So you, again, Joey, boom, we'll have that combination, or you'll sometimes see 1, 2, which is the same kick going twice. All right, let's play with that. Now for our next combination of kicks, we're going to come in with the oblique kick, and after the oblique, we're going to come with the shuffle hook kick to the groin. This particular combination takes up a lot of distance. You can take up to 10 feet with this combination. Plus, you get a lot of power. Generally speaking, when you go for the oblique kick, the guy's going to kind of pike backward, and that's going to put him right into the range of your shuffle kick to the groin. Okay, Joey. Say Joey's a boxer. He throws a jab. Boom. We're right in this jab range. Boom. And I land on the knee. If If I land on the knee, he gets out of the way. Boom, that's my next shot. Okay, so we do it again, Joe. As long as I get that, I'm always going to sneak that shot in. He can't get out of the way quick enough at this point. You're always going to be able to scoop up and take a little bit of distance. And plus, you get a lot of power on that particular kick, Trevor. Because if you see the way the body torques, this cuts to here, and then you cut back like you're kicking a football. So you get a lot of body torque. Imagine this kick to the groin. So we come first with the oblique, and then the shuffle hook kick. All right, let's try it. Now what I'd like to do is play with this combination and take it one step further. Okay, Joe. Again, slow. Joe jabs, and I go for that oblique. Okay. After the oblique, I'm coming in with a shuffle kick to the groin. If by some strange chance you happen to miss that, you always come with the third kick. So as Joe comes in, if I go 1, 2, and I miss that, boom, that's my next kick. So the combination of kicks is 1, 2, and then 3 with that third kick, which kind of resembles a tie kick. Let's look at it one more time slow. Joe comes in. That's boom, boom. I missed this. Boom. Then I'm going to bury that last kick. That'll be right before you go with your straight blast, which will be right before the head butts, knees, and elbows. All right, let's try it. Our next combination will have us out in a little longer range. So instead of initiating with the oblique kick, we're going to initiate with that shuffle low hook kick. Okay, Joe, come on in. I want you to see how I'm moving around, and I'm giving a little indication first with my head. I'm just sort of playing, toying around. As we're moving around here, this is about the range we would start a fight in. All I'm doing is just leaning forward, boom, and just initiating with that kick. So once I establish that particular cadence, he starts to flinch a little bit when that comes in. So as we're moving around and I fake that line, that's when I come with the rear line shot. So if you look at it one more time, we're moving around a little bit. I'm initiating with that shot. I'm trying to get that shot in, but he gets out of the way. So when he gets out of the way of that, that's when I'm going to put that next shot in. So let's play with that combination. Shuffle hook kick to the rear leg hook kick. Now for our next combination, we're going to initiate that shuffle hook kick again. Then we're going to come with that rear leg, but he's going to pike back on the rear leg kick. So if we miss the rear leg, we're going to come back with yet a third kick. And this is about as high as pananjakman will go, and that's right to the solar plexus. Savat also has this kick. It looks very similar. Okay, Joe. So we're back to here. We're moving around again. I'm initiating with that shot on the shin. So it's a 1 and a 2. But right here, just as I get out of the way, boom, that's when I put in that last kick. So let's look at it one more time. We're moving around again. It's a 1 and then a 2. And then right here, boom, that's my last shot. Now that we've covered a few combination kicks on the low line, we're going to get into the heart of pananjakman, and that is the upper body and the lower body acting independently. The first move we're going to make on the upper line is just going to be a horizontal gunting. We've seen this before. But in between this beat and this beat, you're going to see me insert the low line oblique kick. Okay, Rich. So Rich throws a jab. This is how we just normally react to the jab. This is, boom, this is our gunting. Just think of, boom, that is 1001. Just, boom, 1001. But in between that is the low line. So listen to the rhythm. It will be, boom, and then this comes back again. So what I want you to do is practice inserting the oblique kick in between this and this. Now on that last particular shot, we had one opponent throwing the jab, and after he got his arm gunting, he backed up and kind of spun. This particular opponent, we're going to assume is going to get his arm hit, his eyes jabbed, and he's going to kind of back up this way. It's another common reaction we get once in a while. Rich. So Rich throws the jab, boom, as soon as I get that reaction, that's where Rich goes. Now watch how I follow him with the pananjakman. Boom, right from here, boom, that's when I go into the going again. So it's my choice when he jabs, if I want to go into that line, or I want to go into that line of attack. Depending on how he backs up, again, this just gives us one other option. Now, moving along, we're going to cover that horizontal gunting. After the horizontal gunting, we're going to come back with a thigh kick, and then we're going to go up for that shot to the solar plexus. So we're going to combine the two kicks. Okay, Rich. So Rich jabs, still taking that same shot, boom, boom, but right here, boom, I just move it up to the solar plexus. That's, again, about as high as they'd ever go. So he posts out the jab a few times, boom, and right, boom, there, that's my shot. So we're just looking for the combination of the gunting, thigh shot, position that hip, and then go up and stick it in the solar plexus. Okay, let's play with it. Okay, follow along with me now. Rich, come on in. Rich is going to fire that jab. I'm still going to do my horizontal gunting. As I do horizontal gunting and I get that oblique in, Rich is going to take that step back. So we're going to combine the horizontal gunting, the oblique, the eye jab, and the shuffle kick all at one time. Kind of like rubbing your head and patting your stomach. So Rich jabs, that's the combination. So we're going 1, 2, 3, stepping in for that fourth shot. Let's play with it. Now, at this stage of the game, we naturally want to go for a progression. If you've been following our previous tapes, you know the key to training is that you gradually increase the contact until eventually you're doing your stuff full contact. Remember the principles. You learn, then you practice, then you master, then you functionalize, which is this part right here, and then hopefully you maintain. Well, the functionalize part means somebody's got to actually try to hit you. So after we did the guntings on the arms, after we've done the combination on the kicks, it's time to put the gloves on and say, all right, now you try to hit me, and I'm going to try to put in my pananjakman kicks. But we have to add a stipulation. Instead of just swinging with all the punches, we're going to have the man just jab. And I'm just going to back off, boom, and just use my destruction, just a little elbow destruction. And the first kick I'm going to do is going to be an oblique kick. So this is going back to the basics again, only with one caveat, and that is the man is actually trying to hit you. Okay, Rich. Now I'm just going to stick to an oblique kick here. Good. So if you notice what we did was now we went back to the beginning, only now we're adding the contact. All right, stay with me. Now what you just saw was one side throwing the jab and the other side just doing the oblique kick. So we're going to build on that. So the jab is going to continue being thrown. We're going to go on either lead now, and now I'm going to add in the thigh shot when it's appropriate. And what will determine its appropriateness will be the distance. Okay, Joey, come on in. Good. So if you notice there, after the destruction, we're following up with a kick. After the kick, we're going to follow up with a blast. After the blast, it's going to be headbutts, knees, and elbows. The man never has time to breathe. Now, moving along to our next combination, we're going to use the outside gunting with the elbow, but we're going to shuffle in and take the groin. Okay, Joey. Generally speaking, when he jabs, if we take the horizontal gunting, this puts us in oblique kick range. But if we take the gunting out here, where we're just kind of raising that elbow, that puts us right in shuffle kick range to the groin. So we're going to use that combination now. Good. So if you see the combination, once in a while, if the body's there, just got to go on that thigh. Generally, try to get the elbow straight into the groin. Now let's put a couple of the kicks together out of our long-range destruction. So we're going to do 2 kicks. Okay, Joey? Joey's still aiming for the face. He's trying to jab. We put the long range in. Boom. That's one. Now we just set up for the other kick. Good. So as you see, what we're doing is we're gradually putting it together. We add the jab, we add the destruction, then we add the oblique kick, then we add the cross, and we're building a puzzle until eventually we get to where one side's doing anything he wants and the other side's doing whatever art we're practicing. In this case, pananjakman. Now at this point in our tape, we've discussed guntings, we've talked about the oblique kick, the shuffle kick, the rear leg kick, we've talked about the horizontal and the long range gunting. Now it's time to start getting functional. Remember, learn, practice, master, functionalize. And what I've told people all over the country is if they could equate their art to a boxer, this will automatically add to the functionality of their art by whatever percentage. So all we're going to do is take our basic pananjakman kicks and we're going to equate them to a boxer doing his punches. So we're going to have one side boxing, and I'm going to have the other side doing their kicks. But we don't want them sparring yet. Again, what's the key word? Progression. So the first kick the one person is allowed to do is the thigh kick. The first and only kick for now. The other guy can box. He's just going to go about half speed, move around, try to hit the guy. Our other person can't throw one punch. All he can do is that thigh kick when it is appropriate. That's the first functional kick we're working out of the boxing matrix. All right, let's play with it. Dave, Bob. Bob, you're going to kick. No, Bob, you're going to punch, and Dave, you're going to kick. Okay, ready? And move around. In out, Bob. That's it, in out. Move around, Davey. Good. Working combination now, Bob. Go ahead and grab the head combination to the body. That's it. Now push him back out and move the leg, Dave. That's it. There you go. And break. Excellent. Good. Good. All right, you see what we're doing? One side's doing his thing. He's moving around. If he gets too close, we're just letting the guy push out because the only range kick we're allowed is that thigh kick. Okay? But we're gradually getting into the point to where we're sparring. And the first kick we're going to use is the thigh kick. Let's have you try it now. Now we're going to continue with our progression. We're going to give Dave a close quarter weapon, a pananjakman low line knee. We don't care if it's the right or the left knee. So when Bob comes in and starts working the belly, Dave's allowed to grab the neck and put in the knees, then push off and then stay with that one kick. And you at home, I would want you doing this for weeks, perhaps months, before you add the next kick. But for now, you're going to see us doing it in an accelerated progression. Okay, guys, come on in. Okay, you know your thing, Davey? Okay, go. And break. Good. Now let's keep in mind at this point, Dave hasn't thrown one punch. The art he's practicing is pananjakman, and he's doing this art against a man trying to take his head off. Not going full contact, but at least trying to hit, trying to get in and do something. You've got to have gloves on. You've got to make it real. Whatever art is you practice at home, if you don't practice it against a boxer, if you don't practice it against a man, gloves up and gets in and just says, let's go. If you don't do that, you might as well not do it. And again, you have to do it in a progression. So what two tools have we allowed Dave to have? The knees and the rear leg kick. Now I'm going to give him the oblique kick and the shuffle kick to the groin. So he's got 4 of our tools. All right, guys, ready? You know the kicks now, Davey?
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, good. Break, break. Excellent. Okay, do you see our concept? Gradually increasing the amount of tools, gradually increasing the contact. All right, let's play with it. Now our last round, we had Dave kicking and we had Bob punching. Now we want to add to the person doing the pananjakman by throwing in the punches. So again, we're going to do it in a progression. So we're going to allow both parties to do pananjakman on the low line, but on the high line, they're only allowed to use their front hand. This could be a low line palm slap, an eye jab, it could be a gunting, but it's only the front hand. This is going to bring out a particular type of movement, very, very important to the Filipinos, and this is a progressive indirect attack. This is also important to people wanting to trap. So again, we're just going to use our front hand, any low line kick we want. Key word is progression. All right, fellas, come on out. And begin. Break. Okay, now you see The kicks are being preceded by the punch. Sometimes they're starting with a punch and then going with a kick. Sometimes they're faking the kick and going with a punch. So this is bringing out a progressive indirect attack. That's the movement we're looking for. Let's play with it. Now, moving along with our progression, we have two more guys coming in, and I'm going to add one more element, and that's the sweeps. So when they get in that clinch position, we're going to let one side go with the sweep, and we'll see what happens. Okay? Okay, come on in. Rob, Dave. Okay, Dave, we'll let you do the sweeps when you guys clinch. All right, move around, fellas, and go. Good. Okay, break, separate. All right, notice we add one element, and that's a sweep, and it changes the whole complexion of things. But we had to do it in a progression again. So now we have one hand, but with everything going. So now we're just going to add in the other hand. Hang in there. All right, following along now, we have built our progression all the way up to the point to where now going both hands and both feet. So you're going to watch the guys box on the high line. They can throw in their destructions if they want. They can clinch. They can simulate the elbows. But we're going to do the pananjakman on the low line. This is the point we want to build our progression up to. All right, guys, come on in. Ed, Bob. Okay, let's go about 3 minutes. Do maybe half contact. Move around. Play with it. Okay, go. See if you can follow the kicks, follow the oblique kick, the shuffle hook kick. Try to pick out the techniques they're doing. Okay, tie up. Let's go, knees, elbows. And break. Good. Building our progression all the way up until we're into the range we want. Okay? We started out with the first thing with an oblique kick. Worked to a shuffle hook kick. Worked to a rear leg hook kick. Worked to an inverted hook kick. Then we worked our way up to combinations. Then we put the gloves on. Then we allowed one side to hit. Then we allowed both sides to hit. Just like we've done with our trapping tape. Just like we've done with our headbutts and our elbows and our knees. Regardless what we're doing, you have to have a way to teach it. You have to have a foundation of drills that build a progression until eventually you're going full contact. If you have this, I don't care if your art is ballet, you'll make it work. All right, now hang with me. All right, this is the point we've worked toward. We've finally gotten all of our kicks done. We've equated them against the boxer, so now there's only one thing left to do. Stick a helmet on somebody, and in addition to the boxing, add the trapping. Put in the elbows, knees, and headbutts when appropriate. Okay, Joey. Right. Okay, now, let's put this thing in its proper perspective. Pananjakman is low-line kicking, and that is to get an entry. So we don't want to be so caught up in the means that we forget the end. What is the end? Getting to the point where we're here, in trapping range. That's what we're looking to do. So good luck to you, and we'll see you in our next tape. Thank you.